What's going on, y'all? This is Alexander from the Nerd Companion coming at you with this special WrestleMania card prediction episode coming at you. I hope you're ready for it. I got three special guests here. You can only see one.
I can see one.
But I got Lewis.
What's going on, guys? Lewis, of course. I brought my bloodline with me today. I got my oldest, Aaron.
Hi.
And I also got my youngest with me, Ezra.
Hi. Question. If anybody's going to lose their title, who's it going to be? Let's just assume that everyone is going to keep the title except for one. What title exchange are we going to see?
Title exchange today. Ooh, title exchange, man.
You can only choose one. Aaron, why don't you go ahead and go first?
I got Cody Rhodes losing his title.
Okay.
Okay. Man, that's a hard one because I see a couple people losing their titles, to tell you the truth. I'm going to go with the main one, man. Gunther going to lose his title.
Okay.
Yeet.
Ezra, what you got?
Same as my father, Gunther.
You think Gunther's going to lose the title?
Yep.
Okay.
What's going on, y'all? This is Alexander. You are plugged into the Nerd Companion.
How do y'all feel about the road to WrestleMania? I would say at the end of Royal Rumble to where we're at today, on a scale from 0 to 10, where is it on the hype scale, would you say?
Oh, man, the hype scale. I personally think they've done a good job, honestly. Some stuff could have been used a little bit more hyped up, to tell you the truth. Maybe it's because they're putting us in suspense right now with what's going to happen with Randy Orton and stuff. But I just feel like he just didn't get too much of a push for WrestleMania, to tell you the truth. But maybe we'll see what's up on Sunday night, man. Because apparently he's still going to have a match.
Yeah. I definitely think that a lot of setting up Randy Orton, booking Kevin Owens for that match, given that he's got to go through that procedure, they kind of had to call a last-minute audible.
Yeah. It could be a good thing, though, in a way. You know,
Yeah.
Honestly, it could be a good thing because there's no telling. I know they've gotten some surprise signings the last couple of months. So, I mean, we may see some major returns like we always see at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Hey, what you got?
It's been crazy. Then we have Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton, which they've been getting crazy, attacking each other backstage. And it's just been very crazy for the WWE for the last few months.
So on a scale from 0 to 10, where do you think it's at?
8.
8? Okay.
Okay. And 8.
Ezra, what you got? You got 7? 7 out of 10? What do you think could be better? So you do not like that Jimmy got hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do not like it, just to be clear? Man, I Ezra, don't hate me, but I think that was probably the best thing they probably could have did to hype up that story.
Yeah, that story did get a little bit hyped up, to tell you the truth, because a whole switch on the boy big time, man. Yeet just totally went from all these bright colors to black now.
Cashed out, Johnny Cash. So tell me, what were you feeling emotionally, Ezra, that warranted you to not like that? Go for it, big dog.
I was thinking about me and my brother and Jimmy and Jay because, like, we're similar. Like, we both have things in common, just like Jimmy and Jay.
You're more like Jay, right? Because you're the younger brother.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, what were you feeling? When Jay was zip tied to that cord, like, what were you feeling?
My heart dropped because, like, I was imagining Aaron was Jimmy, and I was Jay.
Yeah.
Tied up to the rope.
It was intense, huh?
Yeah.
I think that was mission accomplished, though, right? I mean, I feel like that's probably what they wanted you to feel, right?
I mean, if my kids felt that, yeah.
Yeah. I think the fact that you didn't like that really speaks volumes to the story because now you're really wanting to see a resolution to all that. But yeah. So that was the reason why you rated it lower than you would have?
Yeah.
Man. Okay. All right.
Dang.
All right. I'm going to give it maybe 6.5 or 7 out of 10. I feel like it was so unfair to try to compare this year to last year. Looking at last year, I feel like they really made a Avengers Endgame in a sense by who was all getting involved because you had the big villain, Roman Reigns, and everything was kind of on the line. But the only problem with that was that match I felt overshadowed everything last year, in a sense. And I feel they did a better job of pushing everything else this year as opposed to
Yeah, because it
focusing
was
on-
kind of like a weird push this year. Because I mean, last year's push was more of a whole, they pushed hardcore with the whole Roman and Cody, and then The Rock. It started off like The Rock, but man, we ain't seen him for months, so I don't really know what's going on there. Cause,
with The Rock this year.
yeah, because that was kind of like I'm gonna step in and do something for WrestleMania, and I ain't seen you for months. What's going on, dude?
Yeah, I got some thoughts about that. Aaron, what do you think that could have been worked on that made this better? Because obviously 10 out of 10 is perfect, right? We all agree. So obviously there were some things that you probably didn't like. What did you think?
So I think they could have did something different. Gunther would like choke out Jimmy and want to just chop him to death.
Wow.
You felt they should have did more, huh?
Yeah.
I thought what they did was pretty intense.
That was, bro.
I mean,
the dude licked blood off his hands. I don't know what was all that about, bro.
Hey, I liked it. The thing with Gunther is that we all knew that Gunther was really good when he was the IC champ. And then there was all this promise that he was going to be delivering on a caliber of a world champion. And I'm not saying his in-ring stuff wasn't good. I just felt like some of the character and booking, there was something missing up until 2 weeks ago. What they did with Damian Priest whenever he was doubting himself was cool, little character work there. I like that little story. But up until 2 weeks ago, when he really went all in on Jimmy, and then that was what I wanted Gunther to be the entire time. You know what I mean? Embracing this
Like
really intense.
no whole barred.
Right. And then the one thing I didn't like is I felt he kind of backpedaled when Jay came in. And he was all Johnny Cashed out, all in black. And he looked like he was kind of nervous. Gunther should have stood his ground, kept laughing, acted like nothing.
He punked out pretty much.
Yeah, he kind of punked out. You know what I mean? Jay had the upper hand. And in regard to confidence.
I mean, could that be that Gunther never thought that Jay would actually turn into that person? Because you had this whole time that, Jay is just you jumping out the crowds and, everything. And it's just a whole baby face thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you never thought that this person who's going to be babyface is actually going to cross that line. Which, some people probably thought, oh, yeah,
Jay would cross that line?
Probably thought Jay's never going to cross that line. He already crossed that line once because he was part of the Bloodline. He was with the whole group and everything, but now he's by himself. Is he enjoying this celebrity lifestyle? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is he going to keep going on to be the children's favorite and everything? Or is he going to turn to the dark side?
Anyone watching, and I think Ezra would agree, that going to the dark side for family in this occasion is justified. You know what I mean? I still think he's going to be babyface. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's very few, I'd say less than probably I can count on one hand in that entire locker room that can influence a crowd like he does. You know what I mean? He can come out there and just say a bunch of nothing and he'll have everyone.
He has that Stone Cold effect where with the words, you know what I'm saying? Like, when Stone Cold used to come on, I'm like, what? But now it's like Jay can go out there and everybody's like, yeet.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, who else does that? I don't really see anybody else doing that.
LA Knight also does that.
Yeah,
LA Knight. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. He's
Sorry, LA Knight.
Yeah. LA Knight's another one. Who else is pretty good with the crowd? See, I think CM Punk is probably the best at getting the crowd. I don't think there's anyone else better on the mic, better than CM Punk. I don't think. I think Drew McIntyre has some good burns and he's funny, but CM Punk, when he goes in there, he spits bars.
Yeah.
Right after, I want to say it was right after Elimination Chamber, he came out and he was standing on that desk. He was saying things. It felt like an Eminem track where you had to listen to it 3 or 4 times to get what he's saying. Oh, he meant that. Oh, no, wait, he meant that.
You talk about The Rock and Cena and everybody.
Yeah, he says, I'm going to get my hands on both of you frauds. Talking about Dwayne Johnson and John Cena. And when I do, you're going to make a wish that I never did. Make a wish, John Cena, for the Make-A-Wish Foundation stuff that he did. The things that he says, you're just going, you really put a lot of thought into that. He's really good. I feel like he's one of the best. And I think that promo to me, I missed the whole Punk era.
Well, I mean, there was like different styles of Punk. That's the one thing.
But he was always doing that, really,
yeah,
right?
he was always piggybacking on things that people would do, kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of the best. But I digress. Yeah, Jay definitely has the factor. I feel like he could go out there and
I mean, Jay kind of does that too in a way, but then everybody always jumps into the whole yeet kind of thing after he says something.
He'll dog you. It's different.
They both do that because, I mean, I remember back when they did that segment with the New Day, that rap battle. I don't know if you ever seen that one.
No.
You got to see that, bro. Look it up, bro. It was the Usos versus the New Day in a rap battle. And literally, bro, yeah, they burned the New Day.
Man.
On a personal level too, bro. But I'm not going to get into that because it's a podcast. But, you know, I'll let you take a look at that.
What was even the question?
We were just talking about what we thought about like the road to WrestleMania was like.
I got you. Any other thoughts of what could have been better?
I think back then, before WrestleMania, when Jay had the title, I think they screwed him up with Braun Breaker in the title, where he should have held it longer.
Yeah. I imagine they were probably doing a temperature check.
They were seeing how people feel about it in a way, you know.
I think their intention. I think at that point they knew they were going to put the world title on him, or they were like, this is a strong possibility that we might go this way.
Yeah.
And let's get a temp check and see how people react to a title win. And then
I know some people were heated up about it, and I know their daddy Rikishi was upset about it. Rikishi's always upset about something. I think Rikishi, man, you were one of my favorite. You know, don't get me wrong, bro, because if you see this, I don't want you getting mad at me or anything.
But you know what, man?
But, you know, you don't have to get mad about that because your boy's about to get another title, which is way better.
Yeah. As a dad, I get it. Like when I see someone like kind of like giving my son a hard time, are you going to bully my kid? Hold on, man. I'm gonna RKO you right now. So I mean, I get it. So he's probably just really protective of his sons. I mean, I get it,
you look at it, man. Your son won the Royal Rumble, so you know now he's gonna get a title.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
All right, so for Saturday, it looks as though I guess these are all subject to change in regard to order, but as it's listed, number 1, World Heavyweight Championship match: Jey Uso versus your world champion Gunther.
I mean, I think that has to be the first match of the night, honestly. I mean, the way they've been doing things lately on PLEs, their build-ups have been amazing. I'm going with my boy Yeet, of course. I think he's the best choice right now to hold the title, not only because he won the Rumble, but because he has a little bit more hype than Gunther.
Oh, yeah.
Personally. Don't get me wrong, Gunther, man, he's a great champion. He is, man. He gives me those Iron Sheik vibes, and I know kids, y'all don't know who Iron Sheik is, but so he gives me that Iron Sheik vibe, you know what I'm saying? Because Iron Sheik was that, you know, that guy who from another land come over here and just cause chaos. But I think there's something better there for Gunther waiting if they just put him in a good storyline.
Okay. Is this a hot take, a theory?
I mean, it's just the way I feel personally. It's not a theory. It's just the way I feel about that because
just a general statement.
Yeah, just general. Because like I said, you know, right now you need to have that. I mean, you're about to go out of WrestleMania, go into new PLEs, but you could do anything with Gunther in a way. He don't even need a title, to tell you the truth, to be dominant the way he is. So yeah, I got Jay winning this, no doubt. Do I see any interferences from anybody? Honestly, yeah. The way they build up Jimmy, I have Jimmy popping up somewhere. Maybe giving Gunther a good chin music, of course.
If he comes back, is he in a neck brace? Man, it seems to be a common thing. Like whenever you get hurt, doesn't matter.
What would be funny is he hobbles down the aisle with a neck brace, and then Gunther's like they're laughing at him, and next thing, whoosh, takes it off, and bam. I think because of the blood situation, we will see blood in this first match.
There will be blood.
There will be blood.
Ezra, what you got, man? So you like that Gunther kind of backpedaled on his confidence?
Yeah.
All right. What you got, Aaron? Hey, Ryan.
When it was Monday night and Jay he comes out in all black, the black sunglasses and the black fit, which he usually doesn't do, but he was feeling some type of way. And when he was coming out talking to Gunther, I could see in Gunther's eyes, he was really scared. He was backing back and he was like thinking in his mind that he's sorry.
You think Gunther was sorry?
Yes, in his eyes. He was literally talking.
I don't know. I mean, maybe Gunther was thinking about what did I do, but I don't think he was sorry.
He was definitely, this was not my intention. I was trying to break you, not make you.
Gunther was trying to say something, but Jay wouldn't let him say anything. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it'll be good. I think it's going to be a good match. Definitely be hyped up. How long do you think the time is going to run for his entrance? You think he'll be out in the crowd yeeting for 20 minutes before he gets in there?
I don't think so, bro. I don't think it'll be a long yeet. So I think I think, like I said, Jay's gonna take this serious. He's gonna walk in there, be a different person. I don't even think he's gonna run through the crowd. To tell you the truth, man, he's probably come down the stage by himself because it's Vegas.
Yeah. I got Gunther winning.
Okay.
I think he's going to smash Jay in 45 seconds. And then when he's done, he's going to go to the hospital. He's going to fly out to the hospital where Jimmy's at. And it's going to be like Stone Cold Mr. McMahon in the hospital. I'm just kidding.
That's hilarious, man. That's funny.
I think Jay's going to win. I was thinking about just playing color commentator with you guys. Just kind of opposing everything you guys said. With everything that y'all picked. I just don't see how they can build Jay up like this and not give him the title. I'm not sure what the right decision is. If he lost, I don't see what Jay would do after if he lost, unless there's some story that they're trying to tell that's bigger, that we're just not seeing at this moment. Given that, I just don't see Jay losing. I wouldn't be mad either way as long as it was carried out in a way that was going to make a better story for Jay. All right, so I think we all got Jey Uso on the World Championship match. Next, we have the World Tag Team Championship match. The Raw Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders versus the New Day.
New Day sucks.
Who wants to go first? Oh, rock, paper, scissors. Oh, man. All right, go, Ezra.
They screwed up the match between the first match of the War Raiders and the New Day. So I think that the Street Profits are going to come and attack the New Day, but then Big E's going to show up and just like demolish them.
That's a big fantasy book right there.
It sure is.
That's huge. I think they would lose their mind if Big E came back. I'm
on the same boat. I think Big E's gonna show up. Tell you the truth.
You think he's gonna show up?
I think Big E gonna show up, and he's gonna roll up in Vegas and roll the dice, no matter if he's hurt or not, and he's gonna show the New Day off, man. Talk so much smack about me, you need me. Here you go.
I mean, if they did medically clear him, I think that I would hope that WWE would not release that information. Because as soon as that information came out, we would all know that he's coming. You know what I mean? That he's cleared to wrestle. If they said that, but he's coming back.
Oh, you didn't get the email?
Of course, Lewis would have it. So who do you think is going to win?
I think
You like the War Raiders?
Yeah.
You do?
Because they really screwed up the match.
I'm surprised at how well they can move.
When they came back, man, it's like you talk about a tag team that was hurt. One person got hurt, and the next person got hurt, came back, got titles. I mean, I would have to say comparing them, maybe Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom, yeah.
That's what I would say.
Hey, Aaron, what you got?
So I kind of agree that Big E's gonna come back. He's just gonna be in the announcer's desk watching them, and the New Day is gonna forgive him. Will they forgive him? And asking him to help, but Big E's just gonna be standing. But I think the Viking Raiders or the War Raiders are gonna win.
Okay. So you're saying that New Day is going to forgive Big E, or they're going to try to welcome Big E back into the fold?
Yes.
I got you. And so what does the New Day look like if, in a perfect world, if they tried to get Big E back into the fold, what does that look like for the New Day? Are they still heel? Are they face? What does that look like?
I think they would be heel, but I don't think Big E would want to be heel.
Gotcha.
It'd be great to see him attack him because then you'll be like, oh, yeah, he's cleared to fight now. But
they could play that he's not clear.
Exactly.
That he's not clear.
It could be just one of those things where he just stands there. And, of course, next thing you know, the War Raiders take advantage of that and take the win.
So, man, I got New Day, and I'm not even trying to be color commentator here.
Really
I really feel New Day is going to win.
No Big E interference, no nothing?
I think Big E, it don't matter. I think New Day is going to come out, and they're going to be tag team champs. And
make people hate him even more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
I can feel that.
If I can think some of the best tag matches that I saw last year, 2024, my favorite was the New Day versus Kaiser. I can't remember if it was Gunther or if it was...
No, it was the other guy that he's no longer there.
Yeah, it was the other guy.
Yeah. Those matches were so good when they would take the match out into the crowd. When they were jumping off the stands into the tables, like jumping onto the sound equipment, it was intense. It was intense. And I feel like kind of energy, I don't think they would be doing that week in, week out. But they clearly can put on a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think that, I definitely think that New Day is going to take the gold home for sure. And I actually really want them to. I really want them to.
Could it be a storyline for them where possibly, they win and this causes New Day even more to break up even more? I mean, I hate to say it though, because
You think they'll break up? Or if they lose?
later on, like them hold the title for a good sugar month, and next thing you know, they're back at the whole "I blame you" kind of thing, because that's kind of like where it was at before they turned heel. It was a more of a I'm the person holding us, and you're doing this, and I kind of like that. I ain't gonna lie. I was liking that whole where they were at each other's throat the whole time. You might have me swerving that way on that night. Be like, come on, New Day. I don't know.
I'm actually surprised none of y'all chose New Day. I'm actually really surprised. Okay. All right. So y'all got War Raiders. I got New Day. All right. The next match. This one is going to be crazy. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Okay, you go first.
I think Bianca Belair is going to interfere. And she's going to attack Jade Cargill for being so jealous and stuff. But I got Naomi winning.
Okay.
She's going to.
And this is a regular match, right? There's no stipulations.
There's no stipulations on that. This is just a.
What else you got?
Yeah, I just think Naomi's going to win.
Okay. Easy. What you mean?
What Aaron said, Bianca Belair is going to interfere and attack Jade Cargill. But then Jade Cargill is going to injure Bianca Belair. And while she's doing that, Naomi's going to come and pin her. And then Bianca Belair's not going to be able to do her triple threat match.
Wow.
I like that, Ezra. I like that.
That is interesting.
And actually, that makes a lot of sense for Bianca not to win that match and not make her look bad.
We're jumping a night ahead. Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay. That was good.
That was really good. I never thought about that one.
Okay. I like that. So you got Naomi winning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got Naomi winning as well, but I also have this theory that Naomi's going to be the beginning of starting a female bloodline. So I think we'll see interference by some new people.
Okay. What you got? Unless you're saving it.
I mean, it could be anybody, to tell you the truth, because once again, we already know that Sumo bloodline is huge, but I just think it's going to be one of those people. And then you're going to start seeing the beginning of a new crew,
Little faction.
a faction of women. Because honestly, I think that's what WWE needs right now, man. They need a faction of women
Who dominates.
Exactly. That's what they need. So I think that's what's going to happen. That's my little theory with, because the way Naomi's been coming off of lately, her promos, the way they're coming out, she's coming out like this whole leader of a crew. So I think that's what's going to happen. But, the way that WWE is handling some of these women talent, I kind of wish they would push more, because I don't see a huge push in it so much. They got so much talent. They got so many titles, and not enough push and not enough drama or storylines in them.
Yeah, I just don't think a lot of them have the it factor. They can all wrestle, and we can get into like it factor later, because a lot of who I think is later in the card. There definitely needs to be a big women's push. I just think that it's misbooked.
Yeah, because if you stop and look back, whenever NXT had the four horsemen, the four horsewomen, that was awesome, because that was cool. You never thought you'd ever see that, being a fan of the four horsemen.
And they're all legends now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that happen. But yeah, regardless, no matter if that doesn't happen, I still got Naomi winning. I think she deserves the push, to tell you the truth. Jade, don't get me wrong, I think she still needs some help on some areas of her character.
Yeah. I got you.
I also want to see this match where it's like the Street Profits and Bianca Belair versus the Usos and
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be awesome. That should.
Because they're all related like that.
That should have been the match they had a long time ago, to tell you the truth. But
yeah, I got Jade winning, man.
You've always liked Jade.
I just don't think that you can come into Elimination Chamber like Cargill came in, beat the brakes off of Naomi, and think that you're going to let off those brakes. Unless something snaps to Naomi. And her promos have suggested that.
Yeah.
But that brawling style that I saw Jade do just reminded me of that Stone Cold style. Just going in, stomping mud holes, walking them dry. It was just a beatdown. It was a beatdown. And I even remember just looking at my wife going, this is intense. But yeah, I think it could fall either way because I definitely think they have some story cooking with Jade, Naomi, and Bianca. I definitely think that you're going to get a Jade and Bianca probably next WrestleMania at some point. Like, I think that's the end game, probably.
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting some split decisions here.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, here we go. Y'all have Naomi. I've got Jade. This match is going to be hilarious. That'll be a good one too. I think that's going to be an underrated. I think it's going to be an underrated match. But Rey Mysterio and Mexico's favorite versus El Grande Americano.
He's from the Gulf of America.
Gulf of America. I can't believe they went there.
That was something.
I mean, if you're going to do it,
go all the way.
And my thing is that everybody was so upset and offended. And I'm thinking to myself, isn't that the point?
Yeah.
Isn't that the point? Which, not to get too deep into it, why Logan Paul is a great heel.
I can't argue because I'm not a Logan Paul fan. So
Drink Prime.
Drink Prime.
No.
This podcast is brought to you by, but that's the point of the heel is that you're not supposed to like him. I didn't find it terribly offensive. He was just making a reference. So I was a little surprised. I thought it was hilarious and very arrogant to say, but I didn't think that it would get that much backlash from what I saw. I was just a little surprised, like, oh, wow, people are really upset. It's so weird how wrestling fans know that all of this is a show, but then we'll get so upset about a statement. You're not supposed to like the guy.
Me personally, it was hilarious because that's not the storyline that I thought was going to happen. I literally thought, oh, this guy's going to go look for a luchador. And I thought that was going to be the opening door for Rey Fénix.
Yeah.
I literally thought that's what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Did I expect this to happen? No, but then it brings you back to previous storylines that WWE's done before. It was fun. That's why I take it.
I'm just glad that they're doing like a fun comedic match for WrestleMania. There's something that we can laugh at.
And I think personally, it's good for the person who, quote unquote, we think it is. But it could be Omos, it could be anybody.
It's definitely Omos.
It could be Jack Swagger. But how everybody says Chad Gable. But
is this a demasking match?
Don't think so. I don't know how long it's been since I've seen one of those matches in a WWE ring at all. Period. I have not. I don't know when the last time I seen a
Rey Mysterio addressed him by El Grande Americano. Does he not know who it is? Does he not know who it is, or is he just showing the respect? The luchador respect. Like, he knows who it is, and he's just showing them respect.
And I think that's what it is, and I think it's because it's going to lead up to that. And honestly, I think there will be a mass versus mass match for it somewhere down the line.
That's the way it has to end.
Honestly, I think it's going to be Rey Mysterio's retirement match, to tell you the truth. Even though we know what Rey Mysterio looks like under the mats.
I blocked it out, just out of respect to luchador tradition.
I never have.
All right, Aaron. What you got for Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano?
So, the match, I have a theory for it, which is that the LWO is going to turn on Rey and El Grande. What's his name?
El Grande Americano. How can you forget
El Grande Americano?
The Mexican legend, Grande Americano?
The LWO.
He's going to join?
It's just a theory.
Okay.
And I think Rey is going to lose. And
what does that look like?
They're probably going to mass Rey for some reason.
I think that Rey is going to get unmasked.
You guys are brutal.
But he's still going to win without the mask because El Grande Americano is going to hold the mask in his hand, and then he's going to try to throw it to the crowd. And then Rey Mysterio's just going to kick him into the 619 position and win the match.
Okay. So you think El Grande Americano is going to do the 619 on Rey?
No, Rey's going to do this.
Okay. All right. So you think Rey's going to win?
Yeah.
I got you.
I think Rey will win, honestly. Because it'll just be a build-up for more. of this Americano dude
Okay.
that was be nameless, continue being nameless.
I think El Grande Americano is going to win by schmozzing the match. I think he's going to do dirty stuff to lose the match.
Almost to Eddie.
I think El Grande Americano is going to win probably by some dirty antics. They're not going to, I don't think they'll have a El Grande Americano clean win over Ray. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way you can't get a clean win over Ray at all.
But if they do if his mask comes off and it's revealed that it's Chad, Omos, I would be surprised that they didn't let that cook a little more. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really fun match. I like that. He who should not be named is adopting more of that lucha style in his repertoire because of his size. I feel like he's like, if anyone's, he's built for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
His size, he's, does the aerial assaults.
It's Kurt Angle. What can you say?
He's back. All right, we got this Hot Mess Express hot soup sandwich coming up next. The WWE Women's Championship match, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I haven't seen a lot of Charlotte Flair's promos, but she just doesn't feel like she relates to the crowd. Like everything kind of just falls.
She used to cut some real good promos before. I don't know if it was a time off that she had or what. It just seems
she's going through a lot.
It just seems like instead of taking those 2 steps forward, she's just taking 2 steps back.
Yeah. What you got?
Have y'all seen the promos where she was talking trash to Tiffany about Lulu Kaiser being in her DMs?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't watch reaction videos, but I watched a reaction video of that. Just because of how messy it was.
Don't get me wrong, because I would only assume that you would talk about this before, hey, I'm going to go in on you about this.
I'm sure they talk about that stuff. Like, hey, is it okay if I bring this up?
But honestly, I think that was a serious burn.
It was huge.
So also, I don't think Charlotte Flair should have won the Rumble. I think they could have found someone so much better to win. Because she just returned.
Who'd you have?
I wanted to see Alexa Bliss win that one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I wanted to see Jordan Grace win.
I think that, at least in the creative standpoint, they were trying to put someone who was going to take heat. And I think by even taking Charlotte there, that was going to make people mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that was probably the sole purpose of it. But before we get into the predictions, did y'all see Wade's face whenever Tiffany mentioned the divorces? When she said that, Wade went and he walked towards the ropes. Like he didn't know what was going to be said. And he was shaking his head. He did not want to be in that ring anymore. There was moments where I even felt he believed that something was going to happen, because whenever Charlotte was just walking up to look at that side of the crowd, he stepped in between because he thought that she was going to put hands on her. She just froze. She had nothing to say. And Chicago showed no love.
Oh yeah,
no love.
That promo alone right there was honestly that should go down in the Slimies as one of the best promos right there.
Yeah, that was harsh.
I got Tiffany Stratton winning.
Okay,
I don't see Charlotte Flair winning another title. I think she can win it in a few years, but not this year, just because she just returned.
What do you think Charlotte's story looks like if she doesn't win?
If she doesn't win, I think she's just gonna leave and come back in another few years.
Years.
Wow.
So he's going. So you got Stratton losing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's gonna want to go back to Nia Jax.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I'm going with Charlotte losing.
Man.
That's me.
I'm going with Charlotte winning.
No, so that's 2-2, man. We'll split down the middle.
Down the middle on that one. Okay. I'm so torn on this one. This one's going to break my heart either way. The United States Championship match. LA Knight versus the Samoan Werewolf. 4, 2. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I want to wash my hands of it. I don't even want to choose because I like them both so much.
I got the Samoan Werewolf winning.
I don't know, man. This match is hard going on, man, because like I said, I love LA Knight, man. LA Knight's a great champ. He's awesome, but man, dude, Jacob is a beast, bro.
Yeah, I don't.
That's That's crazy. They did it. That dude, he's been a beast since he came in to the WWE. Ah, man. I think Jacob's going to win, bro.
Okay. I got LA Knight winning. And I think I got LA Knight winning by disqualification.
Okay.
I think that you're going to see jealous Bloodline members get involved. Or maybe not even from a jealous standpoint, come in and try to help. And that's going to be cooking a story for...
what everybody wants to see.
Yeah, be cooking a story with Fatu and Solo. But I think that either way, it's going to be good. I can't... Either way it goes, I'm going to be happy with it. I just don't know what...
I mean, I can see that, what you're saying. You know, Solo trying to interfere, mess up the match.
I mean, because that's his MO.
Jacob get mad, really get into it in the backstage. I can see that happen.
Yeah. And it doesn't take away from Fatu
And his
saying like
character.
it's not like LA Knight beat him. It still keeps Fatu at a level where he could have won.
Yeah, I can see that. What's your take?
I got Jacob Fatu winning, because he's just so much stronger than LA Knight. And I also got a theory for that match. I don't know if it'll happen, but it's a theory. And I got Zilla Fatu coming in, helping Jacob Fatu.
I didn't even think of that. And I'm always fantasy booking Zilla Fatu.
That would be amazing, but I don't think it's going to happen yet, bro.
I'm always fantasy booking Zilla
I am
Fatu.
too, bro. I
And I
do it all
never
the
even
time.
thought of that. I think my hopes were dashed.
Yeah.
I was like, so many times.
Shouts out to my boy Zilla.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be so good. That would be so good.
I still say my dream match, Zilla versus Solo.
Yeah.
That's my match right there.
I think they're both they're both the same size, right? Like they're both probably like physically
That way Solo can get his, tail beat.
Who do you got for this match? Knight or?
I got the Samoan Werewolf.
All right.
That's 3.
3 against 1. All right.
I mean, I know you're never gonna give up on LA Knight, so
I
know that's your boy.
just don't think they book LA Knight right. I don't see why LA Knight's trying to get involved and trying to help everybody. They're trying to like make him a face.
Yeah,
He could be bad and people would still like him.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's all good. Although I would be so happy if Fatu won. The Saturday's WrestleMania main event, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the soul of this industry. You go first? All right, what you got?
So I'm going to start with my theory. My theory is Paul Heyman has a good history of all of them. And on Friday last week, said Paul owes him a favor. So I have a theory that Paul Heyman is going to betray CM Punk and Roman and join Seth Rollins. I got Seth Rollins winning.
Okay, you got Seth. What you got?
I got Seth Rollins. Seth, because Paul and Seth they met up in a Hell in a Cell match, and that's when they did the deal. I think Seth is going to win. He's my GOAT.
He's definitely one of the best well-rounded wrestlers of all time.
Okay,
I think, hands down.
man.
I don't feel like there's anyone in the industry right now that works harder than he does. What we've seen these last 6 months is the least he's ever worked. He's usually wrestling every week. This is the biggest break he's ever got.
Who do you got?
I got Seth, man. I don't think CM Punk needs the win. I don't think Roman Reigns needs the win. I think Seth needs the win for story, and he should embrace the dark side after this. I love Seth as a face, the kind of like chaotic face, but I want to see him go full heel. We get little teases. He's been heel in the past, but lately we've been getting these little teases.
So we got 3 for Rollins, huh?
You go ahead, and I'll think if you're gonna say what I think you're gonna say, then I'll give my.
I am going to go on a crazy thought.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go against you guys for this one because it's just
Your answer is the
it's
best
just
answer, by the
something.
way.
It's just something I wish would happen because I think it would be cool to see CM Punk win, but CM Punk win because he starts his own crew. The crew being Shield 2.0.
Okay.
Those guys coming out, beating down Rollins and even Roman. And of course, who else is going to manage them but Paul Heyman?
So no triple threat turn fatal 4-way with Brock Lesnar coming back.
Dude, that'd be amazing, bro. Just to hear dun, 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 dun,
I mean, they all
dun,
have
dun,
a history.
dun, dun, dun. That'd be great. But I think that's what would happen at the end. I think CM Punk will win.
All right, let's get into the triple threat match. Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. What you got?
I got real winning because, like what I said, Bianca Belair, she's going to get injured from the other match. So I think Rhea is going to riptide Io 2 times and then pin.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
And it'd be a way for
Ding, ding.
Bianca to not look weak in the loss.
Okay.
What you got, Aaron?
I got Io Sky winning
Okay.
just because I just think she's a good champion, and she's only held it for like 3 weeks. Ripley doesn't really need another championship.
I want to go with mommy like I always do, but I kind of agree. I think Io will win, and I'm hoping we see Trash Can Bomb.
Trash can bomb.
Man,
There's no stipulations. There's a regular match.
so I really hope we see.
But there's no
Trash Can
disqualifications on a triple threat, though, right?
Bomb.
Triple threat, there's no
I don't
disqualifications,
think
right?
so. I don't think so. So I'm hoping the guy we see is Trash Can Bomb. On who? I don't know. Maybe Rhea, but
It's going to be on Rhea. If anyone's going to take
But
it.
I agree, man. Rhea doesn't need a title. I mean, she's already built a character strong enough to not even need a title. I think it's time for, Io to just be who she is, man.
I just hate how they disrespect her week after week. It's like,
I think
man,
that's that's just the reason, man.
yeah, like
that-
that's why she should win.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, okay, y'all keep sleeping on me. Okay.
Especially how they make her look so fragile.
I got Io Sky winning that one too. They have a story for Bianca Belair. She don't need a title. Rhea,
I just don't get why they had her win the Elimination Chamber, to tell you the truth, bro. I mean, I don't feel like she should have won that.
that whole thing was weird, right? So you had her win, and then you had Rhea lose the title weeks before WrestleMania,
Exactly.
unless it was just to kind of keep intrigue and kind of keep things unpredictable for the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, it is what it is.
All right, we got the Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship. We have the champion Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Dom and versus Finn Balor. You've been waiting for this one, huh? All right, go for it.
What you got?
So I got Dom winning. I got a theory. Braun Breaker is going to spear Penta. Then Finn Balor is going to do the coup de grace to Penta. But then somehow Dom's going to do like the Canadian Destroyer.
The Dirty Destroyer.
The Dirty Destroyer to Finn Balor. And then Braun Breaker is going to be out of the ring. And I got a theory that Rey Fenix is going to interfere or something. And Dom's going to win.
Okay. You called the whole spot.
He wrote it out. I'm gonna go with my boy Penta, bro. I really think it's, as much as people would say he doesn't need a title, because I mean he does, but I think him holding the title right now would be great for business. If it's not Penta, much as I don't want to say it, I'd go with Dom.
You don't want to say it?
Like I said, I don't want to say Dom, but Dom, man, it's just something about Dom. I don't know what it is, bro. But it's gonna be either gonna be Penta or Dom. Finn doesn't need a title. I don't think he does. I think the only way you give him a title is if he turns back into the demon, which may never happen. I mean, I think it's time for Braun to take a little break. So I'm either going with Penta or Dom. At the end, I hope it's Penta, but I'll be happy with Dom. I think it'd be great storyline to start breaking up the Judgment Day, because the Judgment Day needs to break up.
I got Dom. I got Dom winning, putting a divide between him and Finn Balor. I would not be mad if Penta won. I think it'd be good. I'd be happy with it. But I definitely don't think Braun Breaker's walking away with that championship.
Yeah, he's not.
There's no way. If he does, well, okay. All right, we got probably the most underrated match coming up next. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. These guys are both high flyers. I think it's going to be a very exciting match.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good match. I think he's a good matchup for Logan. Like I said, I'm not a Paul fan, and it's not because I don't drink Prime. I just never have been a fan of his. He's a great talent. Don't get me wrong. I don't take that away from him. I would love to see AJ win, but I don't think AJ's gonna win, man.
Okay.
I don't. I think Logan will win unfairly, though.
Of course.
Exactly. He's gonna be that knuckle to
That titanium reinforced fist.
Gotta be something.
I don't know why I said it like JR. My God. What you got, Easy?
I think AJ Styles is gonna win by doing a phenomenal forearm.
Of course.
Who you got?
I got Logan Paul because
Because he drinks Prime.
I drink Prime.
Brought to you by Prime.
AJ Styles is going to do the phenomenal forearm, but he's going to use his brass knuckles and he's going to hit him while he's doing it.
Okay.
And then count 1, 2, 3.
Okay. I could definitely see that. I think I got AJ Styles winning this match. I think Paul's going to take an L on this one, but I think it's going to be a pretty intense match. Sin City Street Fight. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. It's going to be a nasty one.
Yeah, it sure is. What you got? Go ahead.
I got Drew McIntyre winning with a Claymore because I think the Judgment Day is going to interfere and attack Damian Priest.
Okay.
And then there's a rumor that Drew McIntyre is going to join the Judgment Day.
What? I think Damian Priest is going to win this one. Unless they're going to build this feud going on. But if Damian Priest wins, I think that'll be washing my hands of it. I think they'll move on. But if Drew wins, I definitely think it's going to be a feud thing. I want Drew McIntyre to win, but I think Damian Priest is going to win.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think Damian Priest would benefit more out of the win for this than Drew. Drew really doesn't need a title either. He's pretty much good at what he does all around. Wrestling skills. I know at first when we first started this podcast a long time ago, I used to tell you I couldn't stand him.
Yeah.
I'm now leaning towards being, liking Drew, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But if you look at both of them, I'd have to go with Damian Priest. Honestly, man, he has been very impressive to me since he first began. I've enjoyed that, watching his runs as a champion, solo competitor, as tag competitor as well. But I think he's going to win, man. I give it to Damian to win. Now, what I would love to see, because this is a street fight, right? What I would love to see is the hardcore champion. I'm calling you out, hardcore champion. Come out of this match and try to interfere in this match. Travis Scott.
You think Travis Scott's going to get involved?
I would love to see him get involved in this street fight at WrestleMania.
Okay.
He's holding that title. Hey, prove yourself, brother. Prove yourself as a hardcore champ, man. If he does come out, man, someone's going to knock him out like he needs to get knocked out for what he did to Cody Rhodes.
Okay. You got Damian Priest winning. All right. It's going to be a good match. It'll be good. All right. Women's Tag Team Championship match. Bayley and Valkyria versus Morgan and Rodriguez. I'll go first. I think Liv and Raquel are going to drop it.
You think?
I think they're going to drop it.
Interesting. Why is that?
The only thing that would make me think that they wouldn't is that if everything that we have said comes to fruition, that's a lot of face wins. And they would need a couple heel wins. But I'm not saying I like Bayley and Lyra more than Liv and Raquel. I just think that Liv and Raquel are probably going to end up dropping the titles. I feel like they didn't really do a good build-up.
Yeah.
I got Liv and Raquel still winning because Lyra already has a championship and Bayley doesn't need the tag team championship. She needs a singles title. On Friday night, they had a match, and I don't know if y'all saw. Bayley smacked Lyra while she was trying to give her a hug. So I think there's some beef going on right there.
Did I miss that?
I know there was something happening. I didn't get to see the fair.
Probably did.
I thought I watched it into its entirety. Maybe, I don't know. Okay.
What you got?
I got Bailey and Valkyria.
Okay.
Because I think they're going to work it out. I think they're going to go backstage and work out their beef.
Work out that beef. Just hug it out. Let's be best friends again.
All right, besties. Well, I mean, I'm gonna go with Liv and Raquel winning. I don't see Bayley and Val working together. I really don't. I don't even see them as a tag team, to tell you the truth, man.
What you got?
I tagged Bailey with one of her balloon friends.
What is this?
One of her
the
little things that she used to have back in the days.
the little blow up thing?
Yeah, the little blow up things.
All right, here we go. Sunday night's main event. We have the Universal Champion Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. I am so confused as to the motivation and the creative direction of how all of this played out. I'm not mad about John Cena going heel. I love that. The issue with him being heel in his promos is that I feel he's a little inconsistent with his character. Whenever he's just talking and he's not really mad, he sounds like my mad grandma who's talking to me and just bringing up my behavior. And I'm not sure where that is coming from. It just seems very weird.
It's like
approach.
not even heel.
Yeah, it's just weird. I would have to rewatch it. Yeah, it's this part right here where he's talking that reminds me of a mad grandma who's tired of dealing with the grandchildren who's just been misbehaving all day.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how The Rock and Cena are involved. There's been zero explanation, and there could be an explanation on Sunday. It just seemed like such a weird thing to do. If he was going to go heel, don't even have The Rock involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where does The Rock fit in all this? You know, he's not even mentioned, which I wouldn't have questioned it if Rock didn't signal the execution sign. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They had to have been working together for him to understand that. But I don't know. That's just my thing. I think that it's going to be good, a good match. But who wants to go first on the prediction? Unless they have something to add about what I said.
Well, I mean, to bounce off for you real quick. Like, the storyline has just been so choppy that you really don't know what's going on. It started off with The Rock. Coming out. Travis Scott out there. Cena just his foot on top of Cody. And then the next night, just people calling out each other. But it wasn't even calling out. There wasn't even a good explanation by Cena on why he turned heel. It was weird, so weird.
Yeah.
You know? And then what happened? He's calling out the kid that he made cry.
That was awesome.
I was like, bro, you know, this has been going on for 2 months
Ish.
or so?
Yeah, about a month and a half, yeah.
And we have not even seen The Rock.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't even seen Travis Scott. You know, we don't know what this whole crew was about. I get it. Maybe Sunday night we'll find out. But it doesn't play for that much of an excitement to the match. It's a kind of a weird main event, I would say, because last year's WrestleMania event, at least that was played off better. You know what I'm saying? I think that was...
It's hard to follow that.
It was...
And I'm trying to...
So that's why I'm saying I don't know what to think about it. I rate that, like I said, like in a 5. Like I said,
Yeah.
The way it is now, I just hope that the match itself could make that 5 a 10.
Yeah.
But nobody knows. So
We'll
I
see.
guess let's get into the predictions.
What you got?
What you guys got?
So you got Cody Rhodes winning?
Yeet.
All right.
I got John Cena winning just because of everything that happened, and he needs his 15th world title before he leaves. And I really don't think he's gonna leave. I think he's gonna be here for like a few more months, and then he's gone.
Yeah, I think he'll definitely stay. I think at least what I took from it was that he's just going to remain champion and defend it until he bounces out. That's what I got from it, unless I misunderstood that.
He said
He said he was going to take the title and leave.
After WrestleMania, that was
what he
it.
said, yeah.
Oh, so that's the premise that
I don't think
that's
that's
what
gonna happen.
Cody is fighting.
So
Okay.
Also, I got Stone Cold coming in, helping Cody, but I think The Rock's gonna come out and help John Cena.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
You want to go first?
I want John Cena to win. I want him to win. I want there to be a good story. I want something crazy to happen. I don't think that Cody Rhodes necessarily needs the title, but if John Cena walks out, that's going to be a huge pop. And that's going to be potentially a catalyst for a character change for Cody Rhodes. See, what I had thought was that Cena was going to stay and just defend the championship. And I thought that maybe CM Punk would maybe strip it from him later. But if that's its intention, is walking out of WrestleMania and not wrestling again, then that changes my whole thought process, really. So walking in here, I said Cena was going to win. But if the stipulation is that John Cena is never going to defend it, he's walking out of the WWE with that belt, and not coming back, then Cody Rhodes has to win. I don't see.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see this. And I would definitely agree with Aaron that if The Rock does come out to interfere, we have to get Stone Cold. He lives in Nevada. It's right there in Vegas. It would just be a poetic ending, and I can't imagine the pop just hearing that glass shatter.
Oh, that'd be amazing. This is the one. So, I got Cena winning.
Okay.
I do see interferences by Rock, maybe Travis Scott, yes, possibly Stone Cold. As Cena walks out with the belt, there's one more person we haven't talked about here tonight that's supposed to be a part of Sunday night. Randy Orton. Who else cut a promo said that he wants to be a champ again?
Man, dog. What?
Randy Orton.
Did he tell y'all about this?
Randy Orton's going to RKO Cena walking out with the belt, and they're going to have no other choice but to make a Randy Orton versus Cena for the championship match at the next PLE.
Because it's not announced. I mean, this is as of today that the card was official. That would be nasty.
So then you got Cena with 17. Then you'll have Randy with 16. Then you'll have an opportunity to get Cody back again if you want.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, you're going to leave me wondering now all week. That's a good way to end it.
I mean, y'all hit me up on Sunday night. No, you did it.
Man. Okay. Unless I'm missing something with any rules that, I mean, Nick Aldis is the GM of SmackDown. That's good.
I'm just saying.
I have nothing to follow up with that.
Yeah, I mean, if you followed all the promos, Randy Orton has to fall in somewhere.
Right.
And he came out, he told Cody, I'm coming for that. And he told him, regardless if it's you or Cena, I'm coming for it.
There you go.
He had a match. Oh, hey, guess what? Opt out. No more Kevin Owens.
Okay. I have nothing else to say.
Make it happen.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, thank y'all for coming by.
This is the Nerd Companion signing off. Yay!